Hey guys, this is super random, but I was just spending some time with God and um, I was drawn to something in Matthew 9 about new wineskins. And by the way, yes, I'm like wearing headphones and listening to music while doing this, which I've never done before. I've never like given a talk while wearing headphones. But I'm listening to Glorious Ruins and it's really pretty. And I just want to experiment and see what it's like to give a talk while listening to music with headphones. Anyway, I was struck by one verse in Matthew 9, and it says this: As Jesus went on from there, he saw a man named Matthew sitting at the tax collector's booth. "Follow me," he told him, and Matthew got up and followed him. And I just felt like I had to double check how many sentences it was, but I just felt like that is such an incredible and profound two sentences in one verse. There's just so much weight in the personhood of Jesus. He didn't need to say, explain, persuade, or justify anything else to Matthew. He only needed to say two words: follow me, and that was enough. Matthew got up and followed him. And it said that Jesus saw a man named Matthew sitting at the tax collector's booth. Jesus sees you exactly where you are, whether it's in your sin, in your struggle, in the identity you always thought you were. He sees you, he knows your name, and his eyes are fixed on you. He's not distracted. He sees where you are, but he also knows where you could be. And he isn't content to just leave you where you are. He wants more for you. He wants to take you somewhere that you are not, and maybe where you could not go by yourself. He has a vision for your life. He knows that there is more, and he wants to be in relationship with you. He doesn't just want to continue on his journey without you. He wants to take you with him. He wants you to follow him. So that's why he says simply, follow me. And when you feel and you hear the voice of Jesus, it goes beyond explanation. It goes beyond logical reasoning. Right after this verse, if someone asked Matthew, why did you follow Jesus? He didn't know everything about Jesus. It's just some guy who came up to him while he was sitting at the tax collector's booth and said, follow me. But obviously it was so much more than just a random guy who said that. He could feel the weight, the presence, and the authority of Jesus. And even though he didn't understand everything about this man, it compelled him to get up and follow him. And that was a decision he made. Jesus didn't force him to follow him. But he heard those words and he knew deep down that it was from someone more than he could even explain or imagine. And so he chose to follow him. And I don't know, sometimes we think about the idea of people following Jesus and we feel like you have to understand everything first. But the truth is you don't. There was probably so much Matthew didn't know about Jesus. But from what he did know was that Jesus spoke straight to him, and it was personal, and it was an invitation. And so he simply responded to that invitation. I think sometimes we might overcomplicate things, that you have to be a certain place, know a certain amount in order to follow Jesus. But you just have to respond to his invitation. Anyway, I didn't plan any of this. I just wanted to experiment and see what happened if I just started talking, just because I felt like that verse was so powerful. So this isn't a 3-point sermon. I didn't plan anything I was going to say, but it's just my spontaneous random thoughts about a really powerful verse. I'm just going to read it one more time. As Jesus went on from there, he saw a man named Matthew sitting at the tax collector's booth. "Follow me," he told him. And Matthew got up and followed him. So amazing. It's Matthew 9, verse 9.